What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Well, I have to say, happy birthday, happy 30th birthday to Marcos El Chino Maidana. Now, this is a fighter that he's just fun to watch. He's a fun fighter, not necessarily the most technically gifted, but he brings it every time. He shows heart, he shows chin, and he's powerful. He has heavy hands, even at the lower weight divisions, 140. Um, he posed a lot of problems for fighters like Amir Khan. He gave Eric Morales all he could handle, even though Eric Morales went the distance with him as well. His resume speaks for itself. He's been in there with Devin Alexander. He's been in there with the Amir Khans, as I mentioned. He's been in there with the Victor Ortizes, made Ortiz quit. I mean, this is a dude, again, he's fun to watch. He's great for the sport. It's great having guys like this. Somebody from another region, from Argentina, and he brings it every time. And you could tell he just wants to fight, and he's up for any challenge. He's looking for that title shot. They're talking about making a fight with him and Adrian Broner. I would love to see that. See how Broner does against someone who possibly hits harder than him, at a more comfortable weight for Maidana. Maidana at 147 has looked good against Jesus Soto Caras. He's also fought Devin Alexander. That was his first fight at 147. He didn't look great in that fight. That was his worst fight at welterweight. He had a knockout in Argentina. He looked good against Josecito Lopez. Actually, he battled a little bit of adversity in the Josecito fight, and Josecito looked like he was hurting him. He said he had got hit on the thigh or leg, and it numbed his whole leg. And had Josecito had more power, he said Josecito would have knocked him out just because he had a shooting pain in his leg. So again, without a doubt, this dude is tough. He's a tough fighter. Amir Khan hurt him with a body shot, vicious body shot. We all know Amir Khan has a hand speed in round one of their fight, and it dropped him. And it looked like he didn't want to get up, but he bit down and he got up, and he gave Amir Khan severe problems later on in the fight, even though Khan went on to win that fight. Again, hell of a fighter to watch. He's entertaining, and he's all business. Like I said, I would like to see him versus Adrian Broner. I think that's a great matchup. Stylistically, I would favor Adrian Broner, but Marcos Maidana, again, he's tough and he packs a punch. So it really could go either way based on that equalizer. And with only one fight in his welterweight career under the belt against Paulie Malignaggi, it's kind of hard to gauge where Adrian Broner is. Paulie Malignaggi is a craftier fighter than Maidana, in my opinion. He caused Broner to search for him, caused Broner to miss more than Maidana would, in my opinion. I think Maidana is much more hittable, but Maidana hits 10 times harder than Paulie Malignaggi, so it'd be a good test. It's kind of, like I said, with one fight under Adrian Broner's belt, really hard to gauge where he's at as a welterweight, if he can make the grade and if his power really went up, because he was searching for Paulie Malignaggi. It was his first fight where he jumped 2 weight classes. And we've seen it before. I mean, Robert Guerrero, when he fought Selçuk Aydin, he didn't look that great. Later on in the fight, he looked like he was starting to fatigue, and Aydin was getting to him. And Robert Guerrero looked better in the first half of the fight, I guess you could say. And then Robert Guerrero looked much better and imposed his will a lot much more. A lot much more. That sounded stupid. A lot more in his next fight at welterweight, which was against Andre Berto. He basically did what he wanted in the early rounds. Looked like he fatigued a little bit, and then he fought Mayweather after that at welterweight, and he looked very sharp. So I would say Robert Guerrero has looked sharper and sharper the more fights at welterweight he has fought under his belt. Obviously, he's not going to have his way with Floyd Mayweather the way he did with Andre Berto, but he did look really focused. He looked better at the weight and the weigh-ins as his welterweight career continued. So Broner being a young fighter who trains, I don't think it would be any different. I think if he grows into the weight class more, he would look better. And again, unless you're going to do exactly what Paulie Malignaggi did, which is throw a high volume of punches, use your feet, use more boxing ability, and cause them to miss, it's going to be a different type of fight. Like I said, I would like to see Adrian Broner, Marcos Maidana. What do you think of that fight? Who do you want to see Maidana fight? I would love to see Maidana fight really anybody. It's going to be a hell of a show. He would be a great match against Keith Thurman. I really like that match. They were supposed to fight at one point. I believe Maidana pulled out. Robert Guerrero was supposed to fight Maidana at one point, and I believe Robert Guerrero had an injury which forced him to pull out and went on to do bigger and better things, fighting Floyd Mayweather being one of them. But Guerrero had a shoulder injury, so the Maidana fight never happened. I mean, I would love to see Maidana versus Jesus Soto Caras, Andre Berto winner. I think Andre Berto will beat Soto, but who knows? I mean, Berto didn't look great in his last fight with Guerrero, and Soto Caras definitely has a chin. So who knows who wins that fight? So possibly a rematch with Soto Caras and Maidana. That was a hell of a fight on the Canelo Josecito undercard. Really, you can match Maidana with anybody, and it's going to be sparks. Let me know what you guys think. Happy birthday, Marcos Maidana, age 30. Shout out to Robert Garcia and all of his trainers and his staff and fighters in Oxnard. And that's really all I got to say. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.